seconds. Okay,
Okay,
we're live.
I see.
Yeah.
I figured first thing we could do is kind of introduce ourselves, kind of our experience with programming, where we're living, because we're kind of in different parts of the world, each one of us, and then we'll go into, well, I guess I could share my past experience with this course, and then we can kind of decide on how we want to move from there. Sound okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
I'll go first, I guess. I live in Rexburg, Idaho right now. I'm married. I have 2 kids. Let's see. I currently work full-time, actually, online for a company. So I'm able to work from home. That's nice. And I've taken this class once before. I had a very heavy course load, so this was the class I decided to drop. It can be a difficult class, but if we work together right, they'll be just fine. That's me.
So I guess I'll go. So I was born in Mexico. I moved to California about 12 years ago, something like that. But right now I'm in Mexico because I had a surgery almost about a month ago. So I'm going back home next month. I also took this class about a year ago, and it wasn't too good because I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have really a plan of what I wanted to do, so that's why plus all the heavy load from my other classes, I couldn't just focus on one thing. So that's why I couldn't pass this class. So I'm also working right now in a pharmacy, in a drugstore. It's just, so my grandparents are the owners of that. I just work just so a few hours every afternoon. I really don't have like a schedule, but whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my turn. My name is Victoria. You can call me. Why not? Ukraine. Right now it's 6 p.m. and it's pretty cold right now in Kiev. Yeah, I have a small family. My mom, sister. I served a mission in Siberia. Well, in Relief Society about experience work as a programmer. Like I'm waiting for the opportunity, but I have taken 160 and CIT360 first time when I'm taking this class. I hope it will be the last time when I'm taking this class that I will finish. What else I can say? I think that is all what I want to say for right now.
Okay. Awesome.
You can ask me.
All right. Well, looks like we come from various backgrounds, very different, each one of us.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So to kind of, I guess, share my past experience with the class, it's just all about organization. The way my team did it last, when I took the class last, is we split the subjects up in between us, and we learned about that particular subject each week, and we rotated. And we taught each other We met twice a week, and we taught each other the different subjects. I found that to be somewhat effective, but it was difficult when someone didn't do their part in studying or learning about the subject, because then they couldn't share and teach you. Makes sense. I guess the whole goal of today is figuring out let's see, we need to figure out the agile methodology we want to use, create some kind of schedule, which a schedule in itself is fun. Are you too familiar with the SDLC, or the software development lifecycle methodologies and such?
I forgot about that.
Okay. Victoria, are you familiar with it?
Was it a question? Sorry.
Yeah.
The sound sometimes, I mean, I can hear you.
Okay. The software development life cycle. There are different methodologies or plans, if you will. Are you familiar with those?
Not really.
Okay. All right.
But I will learn.
Okay. It's not a problem.
I'm always ready.
So a methodology is more or less a plan of how to develop an application. Okay. Let me see if I can share my screen here and kind of show you what I mean. Okay, so do you see this here?
Twice a week? I see.
Okay. So, in short, we kind of start here, if you can see my mouse, where we come forth with code, or we work together towards a project. And in short, we say, okay, this is where we want to be and what we want to do here. And then we go over our code until it works properly. It's kind of like a loop. We go over our code the first time. Let's say we want to make an application that is a calendar. Well, each different step, these are the steps, the sprint backlogs here. Each different step, for instance, the first step could be, let's just get the days to display properly. And so we go through the loop, days display properly. We come back down. Okay, now let's make sure we can add events to each day. And so we add the events to each day, come back. And once we complete all of our tasks, then we go to what they call a potential release, to where we're like, okay, did we implement everything we wanted to implement? Like I said, it's pretty much a plan to develop an application. Brother Larson wants us to create a plan for our team throughout this semester. So maybe what we can do is go off on our own and research a bit more about the SDLC, the software development lifecycle, and read up on different methodologies to see which one you think would be good for the team. Because there are tons of them.
But we have kind of plan, I mean, or
Yes, so the plan or suggestion, I guess if you go to if you go to his website or to iLearn, it'll say here, week 2, what kind of the goals are. And then it has to be an agile methodology. So if you just Google agile methodologies, it'll bring up a list of them. And then just read through a couple of them, and you'll get a good idea of what the whole idea of a methodology is. And then we can decide on one that we want to use. Maybe we can meet up again on, what day is it today? Wednesday? Maybe we can meet up on Friday.
Wednesday.
According
We can.
whether or not you two are available, and actually decide on which one we think is best.
Yeah.
And I saw somewhere in iLearn the list of methods. Maybe like it's hard to find right now, but I will try a list of methods that we supposed to like kind of learn through our semester. See it? No?
Yes, so I think I found the list you were talking about. Let me screen share again. So here we go. These are a list of agile methods or agile methodologies. We don't need to know.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, and these are just a couple of them because these aren't all of them, but we don't need to know all of these. He wants us to pick one that we want to use and apply.
Use and apply. Okay.
So maybe we each go through and read just briefly what these are all about on our own time, and then say, okay, I think Scrum is our best option, or I think adaptive software development is our best option. Does that sound okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
why not?
Okay.
Easy to read and decide.
All right. As for the schedule, as in how we want to go and learn all of the content, he actually gave us a recommended order in how to study the content. Let me see if I can find it.
In iLearn?
Yeah. I went through each of these little dillies here. Come on. That's not it either. So do you two understand how they grade us on the strongly disagree up to strongly agree?
Not really.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So Victoria, just to explain it to you, right now everyone starts at 0 or strongly disagree. And when we feel we know a topic well enough, we can go and say, hey, Brother Larson, I feel like I know this topic well enough. Let me tell you about it. Let me show you the code I've written. And then he'll move you from strongly disagree or 0 to disagree, which is like a C or a D minus. It's still not good, okay? Once you're at disagree, the whole goal is to get to disagree on everything, and then focus on getting from disagree to agree, which is like a B-ish, right? And then strongly agree is an A, we'll call it. Okay. Now, You don't have to have all the topics at agree or strongly agree to do well in the class. You just have to have most of them at agree or strongly agree. So that's pretty much how he grades us. We tell him about what we've learned. We provided him with code samples called sandbox code. And then he'll assess our knowledge and then move us up the tier or the ladder. Does that make sense?
How often do we need to email him, like, and telling him that we are ready, our experience?
Yep. There's he also talks about it, and I'll try to find these links for Friday. But he gives us like a paragraph of what we need to say in each email, and then he even asks us sometimes to record ourselves explaining it to him. That way, we never actually have to meet in person like we're doing now. He can just watch our video and say, okay, good, he knows it, or no, he doesn't know it.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting.
So I think about you only have to have at least all the code topics to disagree. And when you have the UML diagrams all to disagree, if you want to move everything else to agree, including the topics, you have to move your UML diagrams to agree first. And
Really?
if you do that, it will automatically move some of your code topics to agree also. Because that shows that you understand the topics.
Okay. Interesting. So let me pull up what I can't find what he recommended, but I have it here. Let me just show you the order in which he recommended we go through these. So on his website, he suggests we go through them in this order: Java collections, threads, and so on. There are 15 topics or subjects, and there's only like 12 weeks in the semester. So we can't just do one a week.
Two.
We'd probably have to do 2 a week to be safe.
I agree. It's better than 1 or 1.5.
Yes. Now, I was thinking
if we can meet twice a week, and how to say, we can use one, like we can study least in the meeting, and at the second meeting we can other one. Does it make sense?
So the first meeting, so we can study during the week, talk about it a bit in our first meeting, and the second meeting show we've learned?
No, I mean, like, if we want, what, I don't know how to call it, that list, 15, sorry. So like we can use, we can study at one meeting and the second meeting. So, like, I mean, we can week. If I'm not clear, just tell me and I will try explain it better.
Okay, so you're saying we can study throughout the week, but also study at our first meeting together? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, like, we can meet twice a week.
Okay.
Since we want those, like, rubrics, like Java collection, application, like this is 15 points what we have.
Okay, sorry, Victor, you're breaking up sometimes, so we're only getting part of what you're saying.
Okay, I will try explain it again. Okay, we have 15 topics to study.
Okay.
If we will meet twice a week, study, like, I mean, for the first meeting on, for example, Monday morning, we can study Java collection. We will meet on Thursday morning, we can study threads, I mean. Next week, I mean, we can study another topic. For example, application, pattern. And then on the next meeting, we can study via. Can meet twice a week. What do you think?
I think it would be best to choose between at least two or more topics. And in each meeting, we teach each other whatever we learn. So if we choose just at least one topic each of us, so we have 3 topics for one meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be easier. So we could even have maybe 6 topics in 1 week, because we need to do it as well. When I took this class, the instructor told us that we should be done with all of the topics, just the code, not the UML diagrams, in the first month, because the diagrams will take longer than the code. And we need to do the UML diagrams very well, because that is a big part of the grade.
Yeah, so there are 10, let's see, diagrams. There are 11 code
11.
topics.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do, what? We need to do in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do 3 topics, or 4 topics a week, we'll be done in a month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do, so we'll say 4, we'll be done a little early. But if we do 4 topics a week, and this is only to get it to disagree, meaning we can explain it to him. Let me show you the rubric. Okay, so this is his rubric, right? I'm trying to see what disagree or agree means. Okay, see, look at this. So to get disagree for all code topics except for MVC, so except for 3 of the topics, you must create sandbox code. Meaning all we really need to do for most of these code topics is create sandbox code and we automatically get a disagree. That is super doable. I think if we focus on achieving each level at a time, I think this will be a lot easier than we think it's going to be. I think the big problem.
How many rubrics do we have?
So
like 2, 3, and 4 on your screen.
So these are for different subjects. So for instance, to get a disagree in the MVC, application control pattern and servlets, we have to create working examples. Here, to get disagree for use case diagrams, so for the diagrams, we have to use them to design our own application. So it's telling us what we need for disagrees for each different one, each different category.
So if we will work on that categories, when we will start to work on another rubrics? Time for everything.
Yeah, if we can get everything to disagree by this time in October, we'll be doing really, really well. No, really though, most people don't have everything to disagree till week 10.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, week 9 to 10, and then they scramble for the last couple weeks to try to get everything done.
We need to be pretty organized and work pretty well. Team, not just me or someone, but like really work together.
Yeah.
Plan.
So again, I think the biggest thing, or what will be to our advantage, is only doing what he asks us each time. So for instance, here, we need to learn about so for instance, Java collections. We need to learn about it, what it is, and provide some sandbox code, but we don't have to be super, super knowledgeable. We don't have to know everything about it. I think oftentimes that's the problem. I'm on a screen share. Here. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sometimes people think they need to know everything before they go and talk to the teacher. But according to this, we only need to know it okay.
Understand the basic.
Yeah, maybe even the basics, yeah. So I think if we do that, I think we can get to disagree fairly quick. It's pretty much the same thing or something similar for agree. And yeah, by week 10, you have to achieve disagree, or else we can't, he doesn't let you try for fluency after that. So we have to do a lot of it by week 10 for sure, or else he just says no. Do both of you have access to this document?
Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of. Like I see that you are sharing the letters. Like.
Okay. I know he lets us copy this. Do both of you use Google Drive?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how to use GitHub?
Yes.
Okay. I think an easy way to share code or to give examples of code will be through GitHub.
Yeah, why not?
We can create a team repository and then
Yes.
just have our own folders in there that we push to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess we can. Do you have anything else to add?
Just remind that we want to meet on Friday, talk about a little bit about, I don't know how to say it, agile.
Okay. Yeah.
and to choose a method, maybe to talk a little bit about our plans for this semester, be more successful and achieve our goals.
Okay. I think that's a good plan. What time do we want to meet up on Friday morning?
In your time, let me know what is better for you.
Let's see. I can meet up anytime Friday morning. We just want to go 9 o'clock. Is that okay, Brian?
Yeah, that's okay with me.
Okay. So we'll say
If
9
it
o'clock.
will be at 9 a.m. for you, I'm that time. Did you hear me?
Yeah, if it's 9 o'clock our time, it's 6 o'clock your time.
Yes, 6 p.m.
Is that okay for you, Victoria?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Then we will see each other Friday morning at 9 a.m. I'll go ahead and invite everyone again. Actually, I'll just post a link to the discussion board on our community. That seems to be the easiest way.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much.